the Minister of Electricity. After that, then I will invite questions to the Minister so that we are able to release him on time. And as and when there are other issues that the Minister might feel have to be referred to the other speakers, that will also be allowed. As I've indicated, my name is William Baloyi, and this briefing, Minister, is also as a result of a decision that was communicated by Cabinet in the Cabinet statement that, Minister, on every Friday, we will have this briefing where everything on energy-related issues will be directed to that session. On that note, colleagues, let me take this opportunity to welcome you all to this session and to indicate that those who already have the questions, you'll post them on the chat group. Let me not take any more time, but to invite the Minister of Electricity, Minister in the Office of the President, Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, to take us through. Minister, we are all yours and welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baloyi, and good afternoon to everyone on the call. And once more, just to express my appreciation at members of the media for making time to join us every Friday at this time so that we can have a more robust exchange in relation to our performance relative to the Energy Action Plan. And I also want to acknowledge our colleagues from ESCOM who are part of the call, just as an illustration of the fact that we're working together to resolve this crisis that is confronting us. And to thank also the members of NICOM and, of course, the technical team there led by DG Baleni and Rudy. Thank you very much for the tremendous support. So as indicated, I'm going to ask to leave a bit early because I'm here in the Northern Cape. I'm visiting one of our projects, Redstone, the concentrated solar power project here in the Northern Cape. Of course, as you might well know, that is the single biggest renewable energy investments in the country at a ticket of about 11.5 billion rands. So I'm going to ask that you flag the slides there so that I'm able to take everyone through the presentation. Maybe the point to be made as I prepare to take you through the presentation is that we are making significant yet marginal and yet significant progress in relation to the improvement of the Energy Action Plan of ESCOM. And I really want to pay tribute to the leadership of ESCOM from the distinguished board led by Mr. Makwana and the Executive Management Committee led by the acting CEO and also in particular the head of generation, Mr. Becky Numalo, and the various managers at the various power stations for their sterling work. I mean, the 2nd of June was very momentous in our journey to ensure that we address the issue of load shedding in the country. For those of you who don't know, is that we reached a 60% energy availability factor. Just to put it into context, the last time we reached an energy availability factor of 60% on a specific day was on the 2nd of September 2022. And when we started May, the improvement in relation to the energy availability factor is about 7 percentage points. And to put the 7 percentage points into context is that on average, 1 percentage point increase represents about 477 megawatts. So if you have a 77 percentage point increase, so you can see that you are breaching 3,000 megawatts, of additional generation. So essentially you're talking about 3 stages of load shedding. So I really want to pay my respect to the leadership of ESCOM for the sterling work that we are doing. And you will see that this is as a result of deliberate actions were measured, concise, or rather precise in how we want to resolve the energy issues as they confront us. And you remember in the last briefing, we did indicate that we're beginning to isolate stations. In the last briefing, I indicated that we are targeting Matla, Grill, Kendal, and Majuba. And we have also set targets for the attainment of or the improvement in the energy availability factor. And also for those stations, we have also identified what are the actions that needs to be taken. So we're isolating those areas that are responsible for the regularity of the units being taken out, and those areas that account for the most megawatts being taken out at each and every one of those stations. And working with the private sector, of course, we are adding additional capacity to work with the station managers. And how we're able to draw that capacity is relative to our diagnosis of the problem. So it's not just experts in a variety of areas, but it's experts in those areas that can help us to make the kind of improvement that we desire. So what has been the improvements on the aggregate? So you can see the fact that we have periods in the day where we don't have load shedding. It's significant. It's significant in that about 4 weeks ago, we're experiencing, even during the weekend,